What's going on? Alex Mason, Investment Banking Insights. I'm not much of a vlogger or anything like that, but I just want to record something for you quick today. I just took my SIE exam to work as an investment banker. As a reminder, you gotta pass this test if you want to work in banking, and it's one of a couple of tests actually. So I literally just took it, just finished, just closed the laptop, and I passed. Thank God, thank God. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I don't know if I made it like more stressful than I needed to, but it was still like, felt like a lot of pressure. But yeah, SIE, it's basically what everything says online, like just do the practice questions, do a lot of questions, do practice tests. My personal approach, I think, was probably a little bit different than maybe some other people. I think a lot of people probably just take a week or 2 weeks and just study really hard for it. I didn't really do that. I kind of took the more chill approach just because I had some time. And so basically I took like a full 2 months and studied. They suggest studying between 20 and 40 hours for the test. I ended up studying just above that lower bound, so just under 22 hours of studying, which is really not a lot now that I think about it, but it felt like a lot because I kind of dragged it out. But I was just studying maybe like half an hour a day, or some days just 10 minutes, some days a full hour or more. So it just depends. But yeah, you shouldn't really have too many surprises. I mean, there are some experimental questions. If you aren't aware of that already, they'll just kind of throw some like weird stuff at you that you've never seen before, but those don't count, so that's a good thing. But I did notice for me, it did kind of like throw me off a little bit because like I think I did 3 or 4 practice tests leading up to this, and it was like, you know, when you actually do the tests, when you see something you haven't seen before, it kind of makes you stop like, wait, I haven't seen that. But you can kind of push through that. It's not a super long test, but I actually spent over 2 hours in my actual test just because, remember, you got to leave time for the administrative stuff. So the check-in procedures, and I took this at home. Like, you can take it at a testing center, but I just wanted to be more comfortable and save time. And the SIE, you can take it home. So there was probably 15 minutes of beginning administrative stuff, and then I took a short break. You're allowed a 10-minute unscheduled break, but it counts toward or counts against your exam time. The timer doesn't stop. So the tricky part about that is like once you leave the room and exit the room again, enter the room again, you have to go through the check-in process again, which takes a solid 5 minutes to like use your camera, show your chair, show your desk, all of that stuff. So that was a little frustrating because once I came back into the room, I kind of just wanted to go for it, but they had to make sure, like for security reasons, that, you know, nothing about the environment had changed. But other than that, it was good. I mean, the material wise, it's exactly like what the training material you would expect would be. Some questions I felt were like very easy based on the material. Some questions I thought were actually pretty hard because they were a little bit ambiguous in the way that they defined or explained things. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm just so grateful that I passed. And, you know, if you're on your journey too and, you know, working toward becoming an investment banker, this is something that you're going to face eventually once you get, you know, close to actually working the job. So good luck to all the test takers out there. Now I'm going to get ready for my Series 63. But before that, I'm going to take the rest of the day off and just chill. But yeah, haven't produced a little bit of the podcast in a while, mainly because I've been, you know, in the final stretch of prepping for this test. So I just wanted to touch base with you and say hello, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, take care.